Mental health is now at the very center of the zeitgeist of our culture right now. But what if we're missing something crucial? What if we're missing the way? We've seen Simone Biles step down from an Olympic competition, citing the need to have fun while she's competing, to do it for herself and take care of her own mindfulness, her own mental health. And she's largely applauded from media for bringing this to the forefront. And then meanwhile, we have this other story, this other gymnast. You have Kerri Strug, who in 1996 sprained her ankle. A timer goes on. Back then this was necessary. She's got 30 seconds to decide. Her coaches from the sideline, which may have included a serial rapist, by the way, were all pressuring her to go. But according to her autobiography, landing on my feet, she decided of her own volition to go for it again. And so she nailed her second vault, scoring a 9.712, a gold medal. America's hearts are on her face on her Wheaties box. But now we're called to question that grit. It's like we're holding two opposing thoughts in our minds at the same time. We admire Simone Biles for bringing mental health to the forefront. And we love Kerri Strug for being a legend. But what if you didn't have to choose between calling Kerri Strug a hero or calling Simone Biles a hero? What if there's another way to view all of this discussion on mental health that actually leads to healing? The younger you are, the more likely you are to talk about mental health, and the more likely you are to actually seek out help for your own mental health issues. A recent study showed that 37% of Generation Z has sought treatment for mental health, 35% of millennials, 26% of Generation X, and 22% of baby boomers. Currently, based on a 2019 CDC survey, 45% of Generation Z would describe their current mental health status as good or very good. For millennials, it's 56%. This discussion's at the forefront, and it's coming forward at a time in which mental health has never been more in danger. We've never had more things to hurt our mental health than we currently do. COVID certainly didn't help mental health worldwide. You have doubts about tomorrow. Anything that you had planned in 2019 certainly went out the window. So when you look at the future, you don't know what to do. You don't know if it's certain anymore. You feel like the ground beneath you is uncertain. And so when it comes to your own mental health issues, what do? You can't step down unless you're Simone Biles. And now if you show grit and you persevere, is it because you're doing it for the wrong reasons? You see, there's a million ways to get to Seattle. I might choose to go by foot, or boats, cars, planes. I saw one guy go by on like a single wheel a second ago. And as you think about your own goals and your own future, the uncertainty thereof, and you compare other people on social media who seem to be getting where they want to go faster than you, you're like, I shouldn't have taken the weird one-wheel thing. Is it too late to get one of those Lime scooters? And that creates more anxiety. And you make a mistake, and that leads to PTSD. And so you medicate. I know, I've been there. I've got as many letters attached to my name as you do probably, man. I've got PTSD, I've got ADD, I've got depression. I've tried medication, man, 40 milligrams of it per morning. It didn't do jack for me. I just had to push through with grit. Here's the problem with the Simone Biles precedent, is that it doesn't work unless you're the best gymnast in the world. Because if you're a waiter and you just take your name tag off during the lunch rush and cite your mental health reasons for stepping away, you're not going to be celebrated for it. They're not going to call you a trailblazer. If you leave your shop during the Black Friday rush, you're not going to be celebrated for observing your own mental health. If you're a soldier or Marine and you leave during the heat of battle citing your own mental health, you're not going to be celebrated. In fact, you're going to be disciplined. In fact, people could die. So some of us are stuck with the Kerri Strug option, to just show grit and persevere. But what if there's another way, a way that actually leads to healing, actual healing for what ails you? Something that explains why our mental instruments are innately fractured, where they're stained, they lack objectivity and true neutrality, but they can be healed, made new. You don't have to choose between stepping out completely or just pushing through with grit while you're injured and in constant pain. There's another way. And it's not alcohol. Tried that. It's not rewatching The Office 100 times. I tried that. It was really funny. There's another way. It's the gospel. I've seen it work. It helped me. I believe it could help you as well. There's another way. When it comes to mental health, you don't have to step out completely. You don't have to just push through and work on a sprained ankle. You could actually be healed. You're not doomed and damned to dance to the tune of your DNA and struggle with this forever. You can actually find healing, redemption, be made new. It doesn't mean that you won't struggle again in the future, but it does mean one day you're going home. His name is Jesus. He's the way, the truth, the life. His Gospel of John worked for me, and so I commend it to you. If nothing else has worked, man, what else are you doing? There's another way when it comes to mental health. He is the way. His name is Jesus. And so, my friend, I invite you to read the Gospel of John. I'll see you there.